Welcome to the CFG Game Cast, episode number 204, a weekly podcast created by gamers and streamers alike to discuss the latest gaming topics from the previous week. We stream a new episode every week, and we release it on all podcast services like Apple, Google Podcasts, Stitcher Radio, Podbean, and so much more. So show us some love. Do us a favor, give us a like and subscribe on our YouTube page, and or go to our main website, freaksandgeeks.com, to not miss an episode. I am Mr. CFG Games himself, Davis Green, and with me today I got my two awesome co-hosts. I got Lex in the second seat. What is going on, my cyborg?
I'm so glad I went to the bathroom before we started. I would have peed my pants. Hi.
I broke Smitty. Okay. Here's the thing. Okay, here's the story. Here's the story. Okay, here is the story. Because they didn't know this, and I told them this before the episode, and now I've told them that now they're going to definitely be like, "Oh, I can't believe you said that." So every time when I say we're on all podcast services, it's true. We are on all podcast services. You can also check us out anywhere, anyhow. Every time I say Apple, Google Podcasts, Stitcher Radio, and Podbean, the fact of the matter is Stitcher Radio closed down 4 months ago.
And he knows this information.
And they didn't know.
No.
I am clearly aware of the situation, but I can't. I've been saying it for so long. It's hard for me to not include it. And I'm going to turn it, eventually I will stop doing it.
Eventually. Keyword.
But it's not going to happen today. Because I just said it.
Knowing that information and hearing you say it.
You can see the look on your face as you're saying it. You're like, I know this doesn't exist. I'm going to say it anyway. Fuck you guys. It's like, wait, what?
You said it with such bravado, too. You lying ass.
Oh, my face hurts.
I mean, don't get me wrong. We're not laughing at the fact that Stitch Radio closed down. This is the fact that I'm just stubborn as hell.
No.
Yeah, no, we're not talking about that. But it's just funny. And now it's like cat's out the bag now. Every time I say it now, it's like, oh my God, I can't believe you said it again. But we'll see. Anyways, Lex, how you doing?
I'm doing great. This week, what did I do? It was a lot of hanging out, waiting around, court proceedings. Delightful, you know? So just waiting on paperwork from dinkuses. But, I played a lot of Dreamlight Valley, and then Palword was released. I got a nap in. I slept. So yesterday by like 5 p.m., we had the server up and running, and we were playing. We didn't stop till 3:30 a.m. And then I woke up at like 11:30, gave myself 20 minutes to like rise and shine and wake up, because I am not a nice person when I first wake up. Fun fact. So I gave myself a little time and got my head right, and then immediately jumped back in. And then I was supposed to shower and do chores today, but I guess that's not happening this weekend at all.
Not today.
I'm the docket.
You gotta take the battery out of the Buick and charge it, and it's like, do I though? God. I don't know. Maybe I don't.
Wait, why do you have to take the battery out of the Buick and charge it? Like, what's wrong with the battery in the first place?
It's a brand new battery, but I didn't. I'm not starting the car as often as I should in the driveway. It's my dad's Buick, by the way. I'm not that fancy. But now it's mine, so I need to get it registered and stuff and make those adult things and appointments. But because I have to get it registered, I have to smog it, and I put in a new battery. I don't know if the Buick has a drive cycle. That's neither here nor there, because that'll be a pain in my ass. But I went to start it the other day and realized, the new battery you put in, no go. So it just needs to be charged, I'm sure. If not, the store I bought it from will trade it in for me. But yeah, I just gotta charge it, see if it works. If it doesn't, I gotta haul that. I can't pick it up. It's so heavy. So, and the Buick is like right here when I lean into it. So that's always a delight because I'm too short. My socket wrench is nice and long, but yeah, Adam has to come and pull it out for me because I can't.
Jeez.
So,
Man, that sounds like fun. Oh my God, that's just crazy. Hey, but Lex.
Yeah.
You know who is the founder of the Power Zoom?
I do. His name is
the 5-star general of the itty bitty Smitty committee. I got Smitty on the third seat. What's going on, my dude?
Chillin', man. It's been a good week. Had some streams in. Got some Marvel Snap. Enjoying Palworld. I did not even know I needed it. There was another Exoprimal Season 3 started on Thursday as well, so we got that in. I'm still enjoying that and all that good stuff. So overall, it's been solid. Got a sick little one though, so hoping that she gets to feeling better here soon. But we're just keeping it chilled this week.
Sick enough that she texted Auntie to let her know.
Mm-hmm.
She was like, "Hey, it's Lincoln." I was like, "What's up?" She's like, "What are you doing?" What are you doing?
She wanted you to know. She wanted you to know, like she was sick. That's funny. That's cool.
It's adorable.
Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, it's pretty nice though. But that's good though. I know you're definitely coming back on your stride and on streaming again. The second time you streamed, what did you stream? Not Snap, but what was the other game that you streamed?
Exoprimal.
There we go.
Yeah.
I can't believe it.
Yeah, you remember that, right? I think you played a little bit of it.
Me? No.
Or maybe not. Maybe it was somebody else.
Yeah, I'd never played Exoprimal before.
It's a fun game. It's kind of filling that void that I've kind of been missing with no Overwatch 2, because I don't really play Overwatch 2 all that much.
Mm-hmm.
So it's nice because it's like quick games, and they've been steadily building on it. I know next season's supposed to be introduction of actual crossplay. So I'm really excited about that. Yeah. So again, I'm not 100% sure what it's supposed to look like, but to me, that was like one of its big flaws, is that it's a crossplay game. You can play crossplay with random people. You just can't get in parties with people that are in different. Yeah. I was just like, it's like somebody did like 95% of the work. I'm like, well, I'm done. And I'm good.
It's like
why stop there? I don't get it.
It's like, who do you like? What can they think? Like, who would have thought that gamers want to play with other friends and want to be able to play with their other friends without being able to? It's weird.
It made no sense.
Point. Yeah. It's like, well, we have crossplay, but you just can't make your own parties. It's like, what?
It's like, what? We even tried. Dustin and I even tried jumping in individually because we figure we're in the same city. We couldn't even get put into the same match.
Yeah, that's how
we were trying to game it. Yeah, it didn't work.
It was cute.
Have y'all not been able? y'all were never able to play together, or
No.
Okay. So next month,
no.
I would hear Adam go, maybe I just need to try again. Like, I don't think it's gonna work.
It's like, yeah, it was not working. We tried though. We tried. That was my biggest negative about that game. Overall though, it's fun. It really is a fun game. I still think, I know it's like half price now. I still don't think it's a $60 game.
That's a $60 game.
For 30 now. $60? That's a $60 game. 30% right, or 50% right now. So it's I think it's more of a $30 game. I think it's worth $30.
It will never get back up to 60. I don't think. I think
it shouldn't. It should have never been a $60 game. I can tell you that right now. But they're currently doing a Monster Hunter collab too. So there's skins and I for those folks, I know at least one, there's a new mission where we fight Rathalos as a boss and stuff like that. Yeah, no, it was sick. I was like, I didn't even know this was a part of it. You collect tracks and the normal. It took you back.
Yep.
Yeah. No, I was taken aback. I was just like, oh, I didn't know it was gonna be a whole actual monster. We were collecting these tracks throughout the normal games and stuff, and it led to this boss fight. It was really cool.
Interesting. Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Man, well, okay, well, yeah, definitely. I know I know that's what you've been playing, and I know that you really enjoy playing it, and that's you're getting your money's worth for it. So there you go. You know.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
What about you? How was your week?
Oh man, it was going good. I've been consistently trying to finish up Final Fantasy 15, which is actually surprising. Yeah. I've been like realizing that like this game can get easily broken. Like you could get to like 99 in like chapter 3, like almost level 99 in chapter 3.
Oh wow.
And I was I was just like, wow, this is it's really open world. Final Fantasy 15.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. And I was just like, wow, okay. So let me just grind it up and then hit to level 100 so I can just hurry up and beat the game faster. And so that's what I've been doing so far. So I've been doing that. Also just, was working on, talking to the freaking, like the, ADR director for an anime that just came out called Solo Leveling. So just released that episode, that interview, and she was really cool. It was really fun talking to her too. And just released it on, Pop Culture Gems this week. So
nice.
Yeah. So, but no, it's been a pretty good productive week. Same old, I guess I should say. Yeah. I'm just waiting until the crazy grind, which is going to be in literally, I think this is going to be the week of like game release hell is going to happen now, because like you got Like a Dragon 2 coming out. Then like then after that you got Under Night Rebirth, which is a fighting game, anime fighting game. Then the next day after that you got Tekken 8 coming out. Then the 3 days after that, you got Persona 3 Reload. And it's like, it's going to be a nightmare. It's going to be a nightmare these next couple of weeks. So going to be really busy with all that coming out. So anyways, I know you don't want to talk about, the ridiculous hectic schedule that I'm going to be having here in the next couple of weeks. So let's go through the normal rigmarole that we like to do each and every week. So each of us chooses a topic of discussion in the world of video games. The topic would or could be a game itself or something that happened in the gaming industry. And we do not want to talk about it amongst ourselves. We want you, the listeners on Twitch, YouTube, and on Kick, to be a part of the conversation. So if there is something that you're wanting to chime in about whatever we talk about, by all means, just type it inside the chat. We would love to discuss it with everybody, and we will go from there. So, Lex.
It is my turn.
You are on deck.
Hello. So, I'm going to be talking about Palword because, obviously, I am now the expert. You're welcome.
Y'all were all talking about Palword earlier. So,
it is so good. My hand is killing me. I'm so tempted to rip off like the last 2 nails on this hand. For further reference, I'm going to make these 2 shorter because the only gripe that I currently have, there are glitches and things like that, and we get kicked from our server. I'm okay. But my gripe is...
It's a beta, though.
Yeah.
Early
you expect
access,
that. It's early access. I cannot change my key bindings to, like, my mouse, which
That's annoying.
Really annoying and very helpful for someone like me who has arthritis. It makes gaming so much easier when I can run using my mouse button on my little thumb, right? Can't do that. You can change it to a different key, but then things don't really work right because it'll show you like, oh, F is to pick up. But if you changed E and F and swapped them, it doesn't say that on your screen. So it gets a little confusing. But again, it's brand spanking new, okay? I would like to say, this game, as far as Steam is concerned, now there are some like weird little things. For instance, if you play on Xbox, whether that's Xbox or Xbox Game Pass, Xbox has limited it to 4 co-op. Whereas if you play it on Steam, you can have up to 32. Okay? They have already sold 2 million copies worldwide. And that's insane. It's one of Steam's top bestsellers chart. And as far as how many people are playing it at the same time, they have currently peaked at 855,706 concurrent players. Now, to chart it in your brain, here we go. Baldur's Gate was 875,000. Hogwarts, 879. So we're right up there, right? It is already one of Steam's top 10 games. And of course, obviously with some of, the server issues that we're having, once that is ironed out, I fully see this being in the top 5. Now, obviously, a lot of these characters look familiar, right? We've seen them, grew up in the 90s, Pokemon, they look familiar. Different names, they're slightly different. They're called pals. They're your little buddies. You can eat them. I do hunt a lot of them. Yes, I hunt the chickens a lot. Mm-hmm.
That's funny.
Yeah, the lower level ones, you can eat them. Also, sometimes you accidentally kill them. And by kill them, I mean they are unconscious, but they will also never get up again, ever. And it does give you their meat and other things on their persons. So if you are like myself, when there's a lot of dead sheep around, what do? You push them in the river. So you're welcome. Palworld is fantastic. So immediately when you start the game, whether you start it by yourself or if you are joining a group, you do have a little side, and you can see it on the monitor for the gameplay here. It's your tutorial, right? So these are the things you need to do, and once you're done with that, they're like, okay, you're good to go, right? Is there a storyline so far? Sort of. So when you come across other humans, right? They will say things to you that either hint to maybe a cave that's nearby, which is essentially a dungeon. There are, merchants. I think I have found 2 so far. One is closer, so I go to that one. But you can sell. You can buy Pokemon. Pals. You do throw balls at them to capture them. And you go around collecting, and it is very much a survivor game. So when you were first brought in, you are essentially the game version of Naked, right? It turns nighttime, all of a sudden you're cold, because you have no clothes on. So it is very much a survival in that aspect. When you are doing fights, if you're fighting a much lower level creature, there is a chance that if you have a pal with you, you fire, the pal's also firing on that creature, then you go to throw a ball at it, and oops, it's unconscious and never going to get up again. So those things do happen. Now, what's cool, and if you, again, watched things in the 90s, you know about, like, gym fights, right? Well, we don't have that. We have syndicate battles. And then you have these cool towers, and different regions have different amounts of towers, and you go and you fight a big boss. We have just, as a group, we've got, 13 in our group now out of 32? 4 of us have done a boss battle and beat it. We all thought we could go in together as a group to this boss battle, and quickly learned that poor Donk, who was lowest level out of all of us and had just joined our group, he pressed F first, and we all panicked and looked at each other like, I can't get in. Can you get in? Nope, can't get in. They're solo fights. So that was a fun experience. Dying is funny. You do die a lot, and that's, if you're me, it shows you where your stuff is so you can go back and get it. There's fast travel, which makes it a lot easier because a lot of the terrain, you'll be on the same island, but it will split, so it'll have water in the center. And though you can climb it, if there's not somewhere for you to rest for a little bit and gain your stamina back, you'll fall off into the water and you will eventually drown. There are a lot of fun game mechanics. Obviously, these pals have different elementals to them, which I have a little sheet with a reminder to myself of how to do what. And of course, your pals, let's say you are level 13 and you catch a level 19 with the help of some friends, and he is now in your pal deck. He will then derank to the level that you are at. So though he is higher, he won't be to his full potential till you guys are both the same rank, if that makes sense. And that's only with the hires.
I'm just saying this on this because I kind of want to just know like your experience itself. And so,
go ahead.
Instead of just explaining, but rather because the vibe I'm getting on this game, how this looks, it kind of looks like a half Pokemon, half Arc, and and a half shooter kind of thing. With some of the pictures I'm seeing, but I guess I
don't have a gun yet.
is there a story? Okay, well, is there a base story that you're going through, or is there or all this is just basically open world? You just build whatever you want into your heart's content.
Sort of. So it's not the storyline for like that you're thinking. It is, you find, and I don't know if the video will show it, you find these they look like little stone pieces, and they're obviously carved, so it's different than like, the rock face that you see maybe in the area, but they'll have either there's two types. So you'll find one that has like a little statue that's glowing green, or it'll have this like tiny little, almost like a cell phone device, and you pick it up and they're journal entries from other people who were either on the island or past tense. And so you are kind of learning stories through that, but there isn't a central storyline just yet. But all of us just got through the tutorial, so that may change by the next 10 minutes of my next gameplay. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Smitty, you haven't seen a central storyline yet either, right? Because I think you're ahead of me.
Yeah, I have not particularly seen anything other than those tablets. I don't know what the culmination of it is. I'm guessing once the towers are taken back, because you do get a cinematic at the or at least that first syndication boss. Yeah, so like
the other ones do it as well.
Yeah, and I imagine that they would. So I think there is a general story. I'm just not really. I mean, to be honest with you, like I haven't really even cared. I'm just having a great time finding different pals and doing things.
Yeah, that's just basically what I was. I mean, it's not a big deal or a deal breaker. I just didn't know. Like, is this just basically just an open world landscape, and you do whatever the heck you're wanting to do? Like, you just build, you create, and you also capture.
Yeah,
is that all it is?
Correct. Currently, Palword actually does not have a linear story. Rather than telling a story over the course of the game, Palword instead gives players a massive sandbox open world to forge their own.
Okay.
So that's all I know. Now, when it's not open beta, will that change? Possibly. But again, like Smitty said, I don't really care. Like, it's so fun that I haven't been like, I'm missing something,
See, but here's the thing, and this is another thing I'm kind of worried, not really worried about, but I'm more like kind of because the success of this game, it's going to be, I guess it's not, this is the short-term success, because the way I look at it, it's only been 2 days. It's been officially out in early access. And we were hitting it's hitting close to 1 million concurrent players at the same time. So like, it's good for them that it starts off strong at the gate. But would this be an example? Cause this game uses AI too, right? Like, theoretically. Cause I know there's allegations that it does, but I don't know if it does or if it doesn't. But like, if people are willing to do it for a game like this, then I don't see how people should be mad about like other if it does or if it doesn't, because like, I mean, that's what I was kind of wondering about too.
So is Palword AI generated? In a blog post published this week, the CEO claimed he even claimed that Palword's 100 character concepts were made mostly by a single graduate student. It doesn't really say. I think some of the art is, but as far as I don't think so.
Okay,
is the best I can give you on that.
I personally don't. I mean, I personally wouldn't. I personally would still give it a shot and still try it out. I mean, like, the way I look at it, it's just the same kind of situation where, like, Hogwarts, with the whole big stipulation was like people didn't want you to play that game, and then because of where it came from. But like, I totally would beat the chicken to death. What the hell? I'm seeing a picture of this. But
that's a chicken.
That looks hilarious, though. No, I mean, I like it. It looks fun. It definitely does look a lot. Does look a lot of fun.
A lot of people too who really enjoyed Pokemon are saying that, because of the recent releases being such a letdown, that this is giving them what they were missing. If that makes sense. But obviously it adds to it because of the survival aspect of it, being closer to like Arc or like what, Outriders. But it's been no, not Outriders. What was that one that we played where that kid was stealing all our resources? I don't remember, but
Last Oasis.
Last Oasis. Thank you, not Outriders. I get the two because they came out very close together. It's very much like Last Oasis. However, with Last Oasis, what I was lacking is obviously the cute little creatures, but also it felt like with Last Oasis, it's like, okay, we have the ability to do this. Okay, now we have the ability to build this, and we did those things, and then it was like, well, what do we do now? And there was never an afterthought, it felt like, from the creators as, okay, what is the next step in this? It felt very like, okay, we did all of the things, now what?
Yeah.
No, they actively support that game.
They do now, but when we first started playing is how I felt, because we spent like a good 2 weeks on that, and then I got very bored very quickly.
See, I thought it was because I think it was more of us than anything.
Maybe.
Because like a lot of it was like building the ships and like going out and like taking over territories, and like we just kind of all fell off it. I think
you can also get raided by other creatures on this game, which is funny because all of a sudden your whole area is filled with these pals that you've never seen before, and they are just attacking you. So like alarm bells go off, which is fun.
You know, this is like,
I didn't mean to cut you off, Smitty.
This was like a Pokemon Arceus, like kind of a thing. Like the play style of it reminds me of Arceus a little bit, but it actually has more like.
I mean, for anybody, you can't tell me this ain't Pokemon.
Well, no. You know what? If this is going to be a game to make Pokemon better than the trash that they've been releasing, I'm fine with it. Like,
I'm completely. Here's the thing, dude. Like, I have no connection to Pokemon at all. That was again. I know Pokemon. I know about it, but I've never played any of the games. I've never really watched the show. I've seen a couple of the movies as an adult.
Yes.
What I love about this is, number one, I play a lot of survival games, so I'm always going to check out a good survival game. I didn't even know that this game was a survival game before Parad said something the other night. That got me more excited. But just the sheer variety of these different pals that you can then bring into your base, they can help things out. They have different stats and personality things and whatnot. All that stuff is good when it's said and done. What I'm looking at, especially the fact that this is early access, number one, is there going to be any kind of story that's introduced, or is this going to be a just a pure sandbox? And if that is the case, and it is just a pure sandbox, what then are we going to be able to do once you have seen everything, explored everything, beat all the bosses? What's going to keep people coming back? Is there going to be active, like they're going to be releasing new pals? Are they going to be having events? That's the kind of stuff that I'm looking at. I'm having a blast right now because it's very new and I don't know about it yet. But I'm going to get to a point where everything is explored. We know everything. And then it's going to be like, well, what do I do now? It's the same thing that you were saying,
The end game is like, it's always going to be the tough question to really kind of get to. But really, I guess the real thing is going to be the trek to get to the end game. See how long it's going to be. But before we do, there's a couple things that people said inside the chat. Blue Spear inside the chat was asking like specifically, like, how do the servers work? Like, do I need to be on to play on your server?
So, and I posted the answer, but I'll read it out loud. You can either host or join your friends in a personal save file, which is their servers, which is up to 4 players, or you can join a dedicated server up to 32. Now, for people on PC that are playing off of Steam, I believe that number 4 is a lot larger. However, if you are playing on their dedicated server, I don't think you're going to run into some issues because, again, it's open beta. But being on a dedicated server would be better for right now. Obviously, they're going to work on things. They're already having executive meetings, literally within 48 hours of this release because it's been such a hit, right? Yeah. So obviously, things will get better. Netcode will get better. The things that get us kicked will get fixed. But as of right now, that's kind of how it works. And then interestingly enough, and this is what I've been thinking this entire time, Donk said the scariest thing about this game is there's a 90% chance they're going to get sued by Pokemon, which is a possibility. Now, did they artistically change things enough to not get sued?
Yeah.
That's the question. So this could also be something that in the history books, as far as video game precedence is concerned, and legalities with copyright and copyright infringement, is this going to be that? I don't know. So hopefully not, because I like my game and I don't want to get kicked off.
I would say.
Sorry.
I would say because I started on Game Pass and it was smooth the night before, so I launched it at midnight, or we installed it at midnight and played for a bit, and it was smoother, I felt, on Game Pass. But again, with the dedicated servers, and I think they're trying to work that stuff out. But it is a bummer right now. And again, I imagine this is going to come out at some point in time where there will be actual crossplay. They could always introduce PvP. There's some directions.
So many different directions.
I just want to see, what right now it's a blast, but when that new and shiny wears off, that's where it's really going to be like, oh, this game is legit. Or it's gonna not be.
I think for me, the factor is not ever going to wear off. So that's where I'm like, oh crap, I got into another Monster Hunter type style and I'm gonna be grinding.
I hope. I'm cool with that.
Well, Real Scyther says here too that Xbox players don't tend to have a lot of friends. It was a choice, so they wouldn't feel bad. That's like shots fired on Scyther's side, I will say. But I will say this though, like the thing is like it's congratulations to them on selling 2 million copies of this game in just less than 24 hours. But then too, also have the concurrent at 832. The real question,
like $8 billion.
I think, the real question for me though is the sustainability, because like what your concerns are, Smitty, are very valid about like how the end games and stuff is going to be. The real thing is about like how consistent are people going to be playing this in a month's time, 2 months time, and so on and so forth. Because let's say theoretically that there isn't, like, to get to end game could be a long time to get there. But like but people's interest to stay in this game, in this world, to do all these different kinds of things. I mean, it's the new hotness now because we're in a lull period. So we'll see, so we'll just see how consistent this game is going to be. And hopefully it's not going to be like the day after or whatever situation, which I don't think it's going to be, but I'm just saying.
Already it's better. It's it's leagues better than that. They've actually put together a fun game.
Oh, no doubts at all. But no, I mean, this looks like a fun game. I mean, this looks like a game I would probably try. I would love to try with people. So this would be a fun one to go with.
It's funny. I just got sent a Palworld Pals versus Pokemon and how closely they are. So like a Land Ball looks like a Wooloo, a Cativa looks like a Zarua, a Leaf Monk looks like a Leafeon, Tansy.
But is it enough to say that it's different enough to be like their own separate thing though? Or are they just like
looks like Eevee?
Dude, like they are Pokemons with different names.
Like,
that's
is
how,
it like
in my personal opinion,
the horns curl forward instead of zigzagging and going back, kind of stuff. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So
you make it like an Electro Orb. An Electro Orb is like it's red on top and white on bottom, and then they have something here. It's the other way around. It's white on top and red on bottom. Kind of.
No, it does. It looks like there's like a Pikachu lookalike actual Pikachu thing with the black tail and the stripes and stuff. That's what this one looks like.
What's it called?
His ears his ears have two stripes on it, like a bumblebee almost. So he is a little different, and he's smaller. There is a character,
a person that doesn't play Pokemon. I can identify the Pokemon.
Oh, there's Bulbasaur.
That these things are. You know what I mean? Like I was like, oh yeah, I've seen that before.
Yeah,
or something like it. You know.
Right. I've seen this.
It's going to be
before.
tough.
Yeah.
Wait, what's the name of the Pikachu looking one that's black? Do you remember the name of it?
Let me look.
I can't think off the top of my head. I don't look at names.
Pikachu from Palworld. I'm actually wondering because like I kind of want to see a picture of it to be like, hey,
I
is
have
it?
Here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the big boss fight that we did here, I'll throw this in our thing so you can pull it up if you would like.
I think it's pretty accurate to what Donk is saying. These are the Wish.com Pokemon.
Yes.
This is exactly like this is. Like, okay, but this isn't like the first, it's not like Pokemon is the end all be all of these pocket monsters though either. So like, there's going to be a level of overlap, I would say, that these monsters are going to look somewhat similar, but I
threw it in the Discord if you want to pull it up.
Oh, okay.
Pull it up, dude.
I'm going to look it up because this is like, I'm just saying that if it's a blatant, like, if it's just
man.
If it's a color swap, then yeah, they may have a leg to stand on, but if it isn't,
usually,
then it's like, okay.
Like, for instance, like, let's say the character has ears and a tail, and they have horns. The horns will curl forward instead of going back, and then the tail will be different. The color scheme will be just a little different.
I gotta agree with Scyther. It literally has all the mechanics of Pokemon.
Oh, for sure.
And they look like each other. Like, there is overwhelming evidence.
Right. If you are a Pokemon fan, you can't see the differences. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Yeah, like, okay, I'm saying that I'm looking at it right now, and I'm like saying, if someone comes up and
pull it up on screen.
Oh, you want to see Spark It? Okay, hold on. Okay, so like, I'm saying that if they go to court and then Nintendo says, "Hey, we're suing you because Spark It looks like too close to Pikachu." It's like, can they say that? I would say no.
By the way.
Oh yeah, I know. I'm doing it.
But also, like Grizzbolt, which was our first like big boss fight with another person. He looks like a hilarious looking pal. Is a fusion between Pikachu and Zangoose. Don't know who Zangoose is, but I know who Pikachu is. Ooh. But I thought he looked like the third evolution of Pikachu. If that makes sense.
Isn't there a Pokemon that looks like Pikachu with a black tail?
Yeah,
like black ears. That's what Spark It looks like.
Yeah, he kind of a little. Yeah,
dude,
that's what it reminds me of.
Yeah, it reminds you of it, but it doesn't look like it. That's just what it is. That doesn't look like nowhere near like a Pikachu.
When you first come across him at night, he kind of does. Yeah, no, it looks nothing.
There's a side-by-side image of a Pikachu and a Sparkit, and it doesn't look nowhere near it.
I only see the Sparkit.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Okay, well, yeah, I have it on a different thing. What is this? I'm just saying, like,
still, similar enough to where if you looked at it and you weren't looking, or you had astigmatism, you'd be like, is that Pikachu? And then like you brought it closer and be like, oh, that's Sparky.
I think I would agree more on what Dust is saying. It looks more like Monster Rancher, and I totally would agree on that.
I don't know Monster Rancher.
Oh, I know Monster Rancher, and it's like, So no, this is like, I don't think that it's, I mean, who knows, dude? There's 111 of these monsters. Who knows? Yeah, Electabuzz. There you go.
It does kind of look like Electabuzz, but it's different enough that it's not. You know,
it's not because Electabuzz's ears are actual sockets. They're like plug sockets. So yeah, and it doesn't have a lightning symbol on its belly like that. So I mean, I don't know, dude. Like it's hard to say. It's really hard to say. But no, this game looks fun. I think, but you would definitely suggest folks to try it out, especially if you have a group of friends to play it, right? So,
for sure.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, even single player, I was having a good time. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't. Yeah, like I was fine playing single too.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
A sandbox of fun.
Yeah, I mean, sandbox are fun. You know what you want me to do? I'm gonna check to see if there's the negative comments on Steam. See if there's any good ones here.
Oh, you think that there? I mean,
there is.
I can imagine that there is probably people complaining about early access.
People are complaining about
things that you have.
Yeah, people are complaining about but these things we don't know if they're factually true or not. Especially if the CEO says that they're not AI generated. So like theoretically now I'm going by the assumption that the CEO is not lying, but like, but still these people are saying like, some of these people are saying CEO used Gen AI to make their monsters and stuff like that. Basically stuff that haven't been proven. yet.
Right.
So like, yeah, and
They're
they're
just
going
making
it by fact. Yeah.
exception.
So it could have been fun, but learning that it's AI generated garbage, the characters it's pretty ugly. Yeah.
Shut up.
Can't map mouse buttons.
Although,
well, this is a good one.
lately, though, I feel like, didn't somebody just have to come back and say that they actually did use AI? There was a company, and I cannot remember what the game was. The finals was super transparent about it.
Mm-hmm.
I
don't know.
I can't remember.
I'm not familiar. Yeah, but this one's a legitimate one. This is one you were talking about, Lex, earlier. It says can't map mouse buttons without third party software. Motion blur can't be fully deactivated. Oh, you can't fully deactivate motion blur? Oh, I didn't know that.
I haven't had an issue with it, and I usually don't like motion blur, but
I hate motion blur. Yeah,
you can't quit on Game Pass. You have to just Alt F4.
Yeah,
get out. There's no quit game.
Really? Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. It's weird because usually you hit escape and then you hit go back to main title and then you hit quit game, but there's no quit game at the bottom. It looks just the same except it's missing two options and quit game and to join the server. It's not there, and you're like, what?
To be fair, it's early access. That's to be fair.
Exactly.
Right?
That's how I feel about it. You know what you're getting.
I did early access for Baldur's Gate 3 inadvertently, and it is a night and day difference of a game. So I'm pretty sure they're still. I mean, the game is going to be it's in the process of being made while they're giving you a chance to sandbox and play the styles of it. So there you go. But if you're still enjoying the game, and then hey, then yeah, go for it, man. I might just wait till the game officially comes out if they did, because that'd probably be a thing that I would do and see. So yeah, here you go. Well, good deal. I'm glad you're enjoying it. That's all that really matters. I can't wait. When I do, I'll join y'all servers if it isn't dead by then.
We don't have room. Sorry.
Oh wow! Wow, it's like that.
Wait.
Okay.
We filled up. My bad.
Okay, it's like, oh no, it's too bad. It's like at the end of the stream. It's like, okay, sorry.
We waited too long. We're not ready for table.
All right, Smitty.
Yeah.
It is your turn. Your turn. What are you bringing to the table?
Earlier this week, we got it. We got news about Twitchcon 2024 EU and NA, and they've gotten some longevity packed into these. Firstly, TwitchCon EU is going to be in Rotterdam, which I believe is in the Netherlands.
The hell is that? This is in the Netherlands. Oh, that's going to be smooth. That's going to be fun.
Yeah. So, and I know, this past week, Twitch did a talk with Dan Clancy talking about that stuff, enhanced broadcast and everything like that. But basically, June 29th and 30th, or 2 to 30th, it's going to be Twitch EU. Twitch, NA is going back, to San Diego until they sign a deal till 2028. So we know you can book in advance. However, no, you can't. No, you cannot lie, because he said, during his talk that it's actually going to be, the dates aren't locked in. This year's it's going to be the 20th through the 22nd. Afterwards, it's not going to always be that date, but will be in San Diego at that convention center. And then I know Twitch EU is going to be in Rotterdam until at least 2026. So they found spots that they, again, I think Las Vegas was a good experiment for them. And what we found out from that talk with Dan was the fact that everything was booked in San Diego. So they had to look for somewhere else. That's the reason why it wasn't in San Diego last year.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
A huge difference too, as someone going there. If you came to Las Vegas, if I didn't live here and I personally went to it, you don't get to walk out and just be like, oh, let's go over to that pizza shop
We're
over there.
We're still in the convention.
Right.
Yeah.
And there's that whole area when you come out. Vegas, you got to get an Uber and then I'll decide where you're going to go from there. Because though you are close, you are not very much walkable. You could, but I wouldn't. Those are not good neighborhoods behind them casinos. Don't do it, girl. Don't walk by yourself. Absolutely
Actually, you should.
not.
It's fun. Do it blindfolded too.
No. No.
Have a $100 bill sticking out of your pocket. blindfolded, and just keep on walking and see what's going to go. Just do it. Have fun.
You get murderlated.
It's a ride. Yeah. It's an experience. It's an experience.
it just, that area was not built up and it's not there yet. What San Diego does give us is that experience where it's almost an extension of the actual convention center right there with all its the Gaslight district or whatever, or gas lamp district and all that stuff there and whatnot. It's a lot easier to move over there. So I understand that. I'm cool with it being in San Diego. A little more pricey still, but it definitely felt better than I felt that this was what? Oh
no, he's probably talking about what I was saying. But
so yeah, they said that the tickets are going to go on sale here next month. So we'll be looking at that. But I do like the fact that because usually it's not even until after Twitch EU that they even announce where and when and all that stuff for Twitch NA. So it's nice that they put that stuff out. And Dan was talking about they're probably going to end up moving Twitch EU up or a little earlier in the year because he said that just the separation between the two cons isn't enough for folks, especially folks that would like to go to both. So it looks like they're looking at that stuff, but we're putting it out there now. You can get your Airbnbs in. You know when the week is, whether it be Twitch EU or Twitch NA. We're going back to San Diego, baby.
Oh, nice. Very nice. Well, unfortunately, because of the time, I don't look at, well, here's the thing. Well, first off, I don't know if I ever, like, it would have to be like, I would have to go as press. I would never pay for it as a regular anymore. But I would say this though, the dates are my concern for the American ones. I would rather go to the one in like a European one. That would be pretty cool. Netherlands?
That would be dope.
Run. But like,
100%.
Yeah, but like the one here, that's around the time frame as PAX West, TGS. There's so many different shows that are happening at the same time.
Oh my gosh, that is around PAX West.
Yeah, so I don't know if I'm going to during that time, like, because like I know I'm going PAX West this year, regardless.
When is PAX West?
We don't know yet, but this is the time they use.
That's around the dates it was last year.
Shoot.
Yeah. So like, so PAX West is the big one for me. Like, if PAX West is going to be, but even if it isn't on that weekend, it's going to be around that range. And then like, that's just too much partying for me. Nowadays, man, I can't. I'm too old. I'm too old for that. I'm too old. I can't handle it. But no, I mean, good. Let's see how it's going to go. The real question is price, man, because Vegas was expensive. And if Vegas if Vegas was expensive, San Diego's only going to get even more, in my opinion. So,
although let me say, I hope if they take away anything, I hope they do something more like they did with the party this year, because that was awesome. That was an actual party. It was at Area 15. And like literally you can get into anything in Area 15. They had you couldn't not get food or drinks. They had them everywhere. Like that was the best party best experience that I had. The other ones, don't get me wrong, they're great, but those felt more like a concert. I was going to a concert instead of us being able to party and hang out and socialize with people and all that stuff. So,
but do you think that there would be? Yeah, do they have a place like that in San Diego that could fit that many people to do in a party like area? Because like the closest,
I don't know much about San Diego like that.
Because like the gas lamp district does have small places, but they're small. I mean, like the amount of people that would be able to do like a party like that would be the baseball field that's next door to San Diego, the San Diego Convention Center, and it's like to be able to do that kind of stuff. This is San Diego Zoo.
San Diego Zoo is so dope.
They wouldn't do it.
A bunch of drunk streamers.
Somebody would jump into it. Yeah. That's asking for somebody to get mauled by something.
Right. Yeah. The guy cut that girl's hair off. He'd probably jump into the lion's den. Which
yeah. I don't even think that was at the party. I think now it's just some people off.
They were at their own house. Yeah.
I just can't even imagine. Yeah. I mean, like I said, like it's cool that it's coming back. I guess it's back. I mean, good for it. I guess the real thing though too is like I don't know, because like with the big cuts that they did with Twitch itself, like I was wondering if they were going to be doing another Twitchcon. So, but apparently they are. So we'll see.
No, so and Dan talked about that on that broadcast. He's like, we pull from a whole separate bucket for that. Those are funds that we raise internally ourselves. So it's something that they do that it shouldn't be changing in any form or fashion, is my understanding.
Interesting.
Okay, but like
news I didn't know.
But I mean, like, so does that also mean like manpower and stuff is also in a different bucket as well? Because we lose 35% of your crew on Twitch. I mean,
well, I imagine. I mean, again, they're probably. I mean, they are getting people or paying contractors and stuff like that a lot, I'm guessing, and using third parties for those conventions.
Do you remember?
You mean in terms of like the people like setting up and putting the
I'm talking about
actual convention together?
No, I'm talking about being at the event. Because do you remember? I mean, it's a long time ago now, but like basically the first time that we met was at TwitchCon 20 when it was in San Jose. The San Jose Convention Center. You remember that? Like,
yes.
Yeah. And then
what was that, 2018?
I think it was 2018. Yeah, it was a bit. Yeah. So like how disoriented, like how unorganized that event was insane.
Well, not only that, but that was like the first time that I had ever like went to a convention for something like really period, I guess.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, like, but you remember, like the line was so bad. It was like
dude, I almost passed out. Like I literally had to will myself. I was like, "Don't be that motherfucker that passes out, and the ambulance gotta come." Like,
see, Lucente was there too. He even had his post on it. He said 4 hours to get into the con in the heat and the line winding under a bridge. Yeah, that was
brutal.
Yeah. And it got to a point where they were like, "Hey, yeah." So like, because there was people like literally people were waiting in line all day to get in for Friday. The people didn't even get in. So they got to a point where they were like, "Hey, people who had Friday passes can come in on Saturday." Because they couldn't get everybody inside the convention.
It was crazy.
Because Smitty warned me, because we all went together. He was like, "Look, the lines are going to be crazy. Do you think you can stand for that long?" I was like, "No." And
I said they may be. I said they were. No. Because this was a completely different convention center. This was in San Jose.
I knew.
Yeah, you were with us.
You had warned me for 2019 convention that it might also be, a bit of standing and waiting in line. Excuse me. And I was like, well, I have Opie and I can go through the disability line. You guys can just all come with me. And then that way we don't have to possibly wait in line as long. And we got in right away. It was no problem.
Yeah, that was way smoother.
Okay, so maybe just be because that's I think it was the last time I went to TwitchCon.
That was crazy. I remember I tried getting my ticket the night before. I was literally close, and then they're like, "We're all done." They closed it down before the actual time. They said, "Dude, I was so pissed," and then I ended up having to wait forever in line. Somebody told me about how they're like, "Dude, you were on the screen, man." I was like, "No way." I missed it.
That was such a dumpster fire. It wasn't even funny. I'm imagining the news coming out of LA, thousands of redheads. What the heck are you talking about, Scyther?
Talking about a redhead.
But anyways, so okay, TwitchCon 2020, I was gonna say 2026, 2024. It's gonna be in San Diego till 2028 or 2026?
2028. Okay, 2026 for Rotterdam. 2028 for San Diego.
This is what I think we should do. And then just call me crazy on this. Is that this year we should like not do TwitchCon like at all, right? And then next year we should aim for Rotterdam.
That would be sick. But I don't know that TwitchCon NA would be the deciding factor for me to be able to go to freaking Netherlands.
Well, no. The thing is, it's PAX West is happening that time. That's why I'm not doing it at all.
You can't make boat doesn't mean I can't make boat.
I would like to go to both. I'm getting a passport.
I'm going. Well, I'm just saying it's just a little. I'm just saying during the same time on like.
First class,
you know what? Do what you want to do, Smitty. Go to San Diego for TwitchCon.
I do what I
That's
want.
cool. That's cool.
I want.
But we gotta do PAX West though. We gotta all do PAX West.
I'm definitely doing PAX West.
Yes, we gotta all do PAX West to be on with that.
I'm down if you'll let me.
I'm not holding you back.
You said you didn't want to write my obituary. I'm going masked up, baby.
I'm just saying, like, I first like if you're planning on going, and I could definitely set it up. But I'm just saying that I would feel bad. Like you got COVID, come back the next week, and I'm like, oh, it's all my fault.
It's okay. Don't worry. I'm getting read up. I just have to make sure that if I go wherever my lodgings are, if people want to stay with me, they also have to be masked. You know. That way, we're all coming into a clean environment at the end of the day. But
I'm already looking for I'm already looking for Airbnbs right now for September or for PAX. So, but anyways, that's cool. But awesome. TwitchCon's coming soon again. I know Smitty's going to go active. It's going to be acting the fool over there.
Maybe we'll see.
Man, when you say maybe, it's pretty much guaranteed.
Nah, if I were to have to miss any of them, I would miss TwitchCon probably over PAX West.
Oh, really?
I really had a blast at PAX West.
PAX West was just...
And I was by myself.
Oh, that's true.
I was working too a bit. Yeah.
Was that the one that they told you to stop drinking?
I did get kicked out. I didn't get kicked out. No, I didn't get kicked out. I got cut off. You got cut off.
I got
cut off. Yeah. After that died. And it was right because I blacked out. Like, clearly I did not need to be drinking anymore.
When I was with Kat, it was hysterical.
Oh, are you serious? See?
Yeah.
I don't even. Oh, yeah, I do kind of remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, he called.
What do you mean? Like,
it's
I can't use the phone?
No. Wait, you called? Wait, called for what? Like, you mean you called home? Oh,
correct.
I was like, okay, that makes sense. I was like, what? Like, why would you call? Okay.
Wait, what?
Okay, cool.
Sentai, you were up there? I didn't know that you were up there.
Yeah, he goes every year.
Oh, yeah, dude. I was all up. Dude, well, one night I got it. Like I said, I think I just went to sleep and like woke up at like 1 o'clock in the morning. So like I just like lost a whole night. Oh, wow. Out the gate. Yeah.
No, I'm definitely.
But I went in with was it the night before? Or no. It was the day before the first day. So I ended up just, was it?
Yeah. Time to make it up for your PAX 24.
I don't remember. I don't know. Something happened. Somehow I got crooked up.
Yeah. Somehow, somewhere.
It was the first day.
Yeah.
And I didn't have any work or anything to do. So I was like, I'm just going to sit here and get fucked up.
And
that's what I did.
Yep. And you did it. And no one told you otherwise. All right. I am going to close it up with a very interesting, not really interesting, but just something. Well, a nice topic ending. I want to talk about a game that's coming out by Square Enix that no one ever thought that no one really asked about or cared. It just came out. They decided to make it and they did. We're going to talk about Foamstars. Foamstars is a game that is going to play like, that's like, what Splatoon is for the Nintendo Switch. But this week they announced that there was a release, they gave it a release date, which was going to be coming out in, February, mid-February, not mid-February, sorry. Was it titled from February? I think it was, February 6th, sorry. It's February 6th.
I think it's the beginning, yeah.
Yeah, February 6th and then till March 4th. Now, during that period, the good news is that Foamstars is absolutely free for PlayStation Plus owners for, PS5 and for PS4, which I didn't even know that it was going to be on PS4. And you're going to be able to just download it and then play for free. So people, I am not giving this game a lot of high hope overall But I will say this: I think the game is going to retail at $29.99 at the beginning of March. Once that month, the free the PlayStation month is over. But they're also going to be having a premium paid tracks. Is going to be at $5.99. Basically, the season pass is going to be $5.99. They didn't really go in depth of what comes with the season pass itself, and there hasn't really been, besides the beta that they did a month ago. They haven't been keeping up to date on like the details of how this game is going to be like. But overall, we're just going to see how it's going to be. There's a little bit of controversy on it because once again, this game does use AI, not a lot, but some of the art tracks they did use AI. I don't know to what extent of the AI that they did use into it. Excuse me. However, I just think that, the way I look at it though, the way AI is tracked in Japan is a lot different than how it's tracked over here. So I think that the way, it is limited. They're more stricter on how AI is used, for the better. So I kind of will give them a pass because the amount of AI that they did use in this is very, very small comparatively, to it. So, yeah, there you go. Lucinda just says it. Album covers generated by Midjourney, like a bunch of smuts. Yeah. So I'm just like, I wouldn't call it a deal. I personally wouldn't call it a deal breaker. I just want to try the game out itself at its best, which like I said, I don't think this game is going to survive this year. I don't want to be pessimistic, but I just do not think this game is going to survive this year. Yeah. So I'm just thinking if this was just something that y'all would want to try, want to give it a shot to see how it is, and then just to be like, hey, it's like, oh, hey, it's something, and it's free 99. I mean, what do you got to lose at this point? What do you guys think?
No. Sorry. There's nothing about it that speaks to me. It does look like Splatoon. Never was into Splatoon. I mean, some of the graphics look pretty cool. Trying to be nice. I like her hair.
Trying to be nice.
You don't have to be nice.
Okay, look, it's just not my thing. I'm very much into like story format games. I'm into horror. I'm into things that are adorably cute. This doesn't speak to me in any of that fashion. Like, I'm getting more into anime. Like, I loved Blue Eye Samurai. Just finished that series. It was fantastic. But this just, again, it's like, cool. We're having a foam party. I might as well just get up and go to a rave. I don't know. I don't know. Sorry.
I'm just wanting to see what you thought.
Looks cool.
That's what you thought. That's fair.
But if it doesn't have that, again, we say it all the time, if the game doesn't have that je ne sais quoi, it ain't gonna last. And I don't see any.
I think that the game as a service
so different.
Yeah. Game as a service lines are really, really hard to keep up with. And they've always has been. And then I just think that this, for a game, let alone on the system that really isn't known for that, is a very uphill battle, in my opinion. So, like, that's why I kind of deal with this site that's called you a hater. What about you, Smitty? What do you think?
I know.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, I'm in the same camp as Lex. I'm not a Splatoon player. I understand that it's got a very dedicated fan base, and folks. And again, I don't get it. It's not for me. This game is not going to be for me. Will I download it? Absolutely. Will I play it? Probably
download
not.
Everything.
Yeah. Maybe. I don't know. I just have no interest in this. Again, it's that weird model where it's, a lot of times, especially when it comes to these type of games, whether it be just cosmetics or a pay to win situation, obviously it's not the case, but within their battle pass where they're charging money and then also they're charging more money than for the battle pass and it's just skins and like that whole live service trope of this is dying out. I think that this is probably going to be one of the last because you're already seeing studios and stuff like that switching over and being like, nah, we're not going to do that, because I don't know why there's this big hype for live service as we see them fail time and time again. I think you're right. I don't think this will make it out of the year. They can even, I mean, again, have you seen any kind of like roadmap for this or anything like that? Because you know who you said this. Oh, this is Square. Never mind. I was thinking of Capcom for some reason. But like, you know, again, and I'm just thinking like Exoprimal. Exoprimal had a day one roadmap of what was coming, and they've been doing it. They've been doing their things. They've added even more than what's even on the roadmap. So that to me is a big thing about a live service game. If you're not like, you know, hitting that and have events and this and that, and I feel like they're always slow to pick up in this day and age, in this economy. Come on, buddy. People are going to say deuces. There's other stuff I can play.
Here's what's funny. Lucente also says here, like the other options, like Final Fantasy VII, The First Soldier, Babylon Falls, and so on. They've tried multiple times. Yeah, they have shown they've tried multiple times for games that are like not even Sony. This is Square themselves. They've tried multiple times, and yet they've failed. And I don't know what they're like. I guess I just don't know what their aim is when they release this, because it just seems so far off of what are they just wanting to lose money? I mean, it's like, is that where we're at? Yeah, because like it doesn't make sense.
No.
Yeah, they had their yearly pitch meeting or a quarterly pitch meeting or whatever, and this was the best that they came up with at the time, I feel. And, you know, maybe they just started down the path. I just don't understand it. Or maybe they said, you know what? The freaking Splatoon niche is monopolized by Nintendo. Why don't we go in and try to take a chunk of that pie?
Yeah, it
could be as simple as that. Taking the data and saying, this is how many people we can convert over, or maybe they play them both. But, you know, whatever, we'll be more aggressive, we'll whatever. There's still, and again, I'm not saying that this is just going to flop. There is, the possibility that they've got a plan to like really like kick it into hard gear. But like right now for me, I'm just like, I don't care. The only cool thing I thought was like, oh, great. It's going to be on PS Plus. So I can at least pick it up. If I want to play it, awesome. But right now I'm just kind of like, dude, I got way too many other games and I'm you know, full steam ahead.
Yeah. So, not surprising. That's fair. That's a good way of describing it, because I'm like I said, I just want to try to try it at its max, because, you know, like in a month or two's time, I don't think it's going to be there. Cause like, it kind of reminds me of, remember I don't know if you remember this game on PlayStation 5 when it first came out called All-Star Destruction. It was a fun game, but the problem was there was no community in it at all. If you waited, but so I think the best time to play it is when you first get it immediately, especially for that month. It's free, and you know a lot of people are going to do what you're going to do. The chances for more people to play, it's going to be at its max is going to be the first month. So we'll see. We're going to see. So,
and we'll see too within the next couple weeks. Or I'm sorry, not the next couple weeks. It comes out in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
We should see, I would think at least starting next week, more promotions and hype building around this game. I think if there's not, I think that would be really telling, unless they kind of do what they did with Palworld, where, you know, here's early access or whatever. People are starting to play it. They gave it to bigger streamers or whatever, and you know, you get that kind of marketing. But again, it's all going to fall back on, I think, Splatoon, because it's got a freaking community. And they've built the community around the game.
Around it, yeah. It's like it's not.
Yeah,
it's not
exactly.
Yeah, it's a game. It's not like it isn't a game as a service. Because, like, dude, like we're already seeing what's going to happen. Like just on this, we kind of are saying that this is going to fail. I don't want it to fail, but because it's going to suck that it will, but it's going to fail. I mean, last year, the giant exodus of those games as a services like Rumbleverse, freaking all these other, like, the dodgeball game and stuff like that. Then on top of that, you got coming out. Knockout Kings. You got Suicide Squad that's coming out next month. It's probably going to be terrible from what people are going to be from everything that's going to be coming out.
The story I think is there, dude.
Crazy, yeah.
And you know that there was some more info about they do have a solid plan in terms of endgame. Whether they're able to execute it is another story. But from what I've read, it's like, okay, I'm still gonna wait. But you've definitely piqued more of my attention, because anytime there's a game like that, you gotta look at the end game. Otherwise, it just becomes repetitive and boring. We've seen that failure on so many different levels with so many different games.
Yeah. But yeah. So anyways, well, yeah. I just want to get y'all's opinion on that. I'm glad that I'm not alone on that. But I am going to try it when it comes out day one, or not day one, but maybe on the weekend or so, just to see.
Yeah. Why not?
So we'll see.
I'll watch.
Folks. Thank you for watching episode number 204 of the CFG Game Cast. Thank you for being a part of the conversation as always. We will be back again next week with a whole new set of different kinds of topics. But if you did miss out on this episode, that is okay. We do release it on all podcast services at the beginning of each and every week on Monday of every week. Also, do us a favor, because this also helps us a long way. If you like the podcast, rate it on Apple or Google Podcasts itself. Give us 5 stars. It helps with the algorithm. It helps us, and it goes a long way for us. So definitely do that. But if you did miss out, so there's absolutely no reason to miss out on our sexy voices.
It's okay. We forgive you.
Guys, also go check out our other podcast, Pop Culture Gems, where I talk to the amazing Caitlin Glass about her what's called voice acting career and her ADR work on Solo Leveling. It was a really good interview. But in the meantime, guys, once again, this is Davis, Lex, and Smitty signing out. Y'all take it easy.
Peace out, Girl Scouts.